On Friday, the Russian ruble stopped its uptrend. This pause is associated with falling oil prices that came under pressure amid excess in crude supply. However, the sentiment in the oil market is mostly determined by assumptions and hopes and is rarely based on proven facts. Moreover, yesterday the US dollar showed signs of decline, and as we know, oil and the US currency have a negative correlation between them. This means that the price of the black liquid is likely to change its direction soon. Actually, we can see the change in the market sentiment already today. Since May 18, Brent crude has been following a downward trajectory from the resistance level of $70 per barrel. The market already seems oversold, but bears still keep their positions open and are reluctant to close them. In such a situation, a pullback is quite possible from the area between $64 and $64.50 a barrel. WTI crude displays similar dynamics. A possible pivot point is found in the price range between $60.60 and $61.40 a barrel. Given the current fears over weak fuel demand, WTI may edge lower from the current price level of $62 per barrel. Then the resumption of an uptrend is possible. We'll see later whether the price will be able to rise considerably. Meanwhile, the Russian ruble continues to trade in the 6-week range against the US dollar. The ruble is fluctuating in the channel between 73.50 and 74, trying to break through it in either direction. Where will the price move? We can say that the downward trend is still in place. To confirm this, the pair needs to close this week consolidating below the mark of 73.50 on the daily time frame. Otherwise, a rebound is highly likely, just as it happened on May 10. Obviously, falling oil prices do not support the ruble. However, if the trend in the energy market changes, the ruble has a good chance of strengthening against its American rival. Against the euro, the ruble reached a local low in the course of a downward cycle that started on April 22nd. This serves as a basis for a sideways channel between 89.20 and 90.30, which has been observed for almost 15 trading sessions. It's possible to trade within this channel. However, the best strategy will be trading on a breakout of any of the boundaries. A lot will depend on oil quotes, the US dollar and news background. Let's see what happens on Monday. Apparently, the ruble continues to advance slowly, which is quite surprising. The growth of producer prices has accelerated to 27.6% from 16%, while analysts expected to see a rise of just 20%. This means that inflation will grow again in May after a slowdown in the previous month. Therefore, it's possible that the Bank of Russia may want to increase its interest rate once again. Notably, tightening of the monetary policy is viewed as a negative factor for the economic recovery, which will definitely weigh on the ruble. Yet, the Russian currency is holding steady so far. Most likely, it's still moving within the upside momentum, but everything can change by the end of the trading day. And that's all for now. Thank you for watching and have a nice trading day. Bye.